Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today? How was your stay? Alright, today we have Denpasar City Tour. It starts from 8 a.m. But before we start the tour, make sure that you have your breakfast and check your belongings. Alright, if you're done, please follow me into the bus. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Nice to meet you again. I'm Amanda from Sedayu Tour and Travel, and I'm glad to be your tour guide today in Bali. And let me introduce our crew. On my left side is Mr. Gandhi as a professional driver, and on my right side is Mr. Wibawa as an assistant driver. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Denpasar City Tour. For the first destination, we will visit Bali Museum. Second place is Art Center, and the last destination is Bajrasandi. Well, ladies and gentlemen, is it your first time come to Bali? Alright, because this is your first time, I'd like to tell you about Indonesia and Bali in general. Indonesia is one of the largest island country in the world. It consists of 17,000 islands with 34 provinces. The capital city of Indonesia is Jakarta, and the total population in Indonesia is more than 267 million people. Indonesia has 3 different time zones. There are Western Standard Time, Central Standard Time, and Eastern Standard Time. The currency in Indonesia is rupiah. As you can see, this is 10,000 rupiah. In 10,000 rupiah, you can buy 2 small bottles of mineral water. About the weather, Indonesia has tropical climate. There are dry season from April to October and rainy season from November to March. Now, I'd like to tell you about Bali. Bali is one of the most beautiful islands in Indonesia. The capital city of Bali is Denpasar City. The total population in Bali is more than 4 million people. The majority of religion in Bali is Hindu. They worship in pura or temple. Anyway, the weather in Bali is hot now, so I suggest you to drink a lot of water to avoid dehydration. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now we have arrived at Bali Museum. Before we leave the bus, please check your belongings and be careful by your step. Ladies and gentlemen, now we're in Bali Museum, so I'd like to give you the information about Bali Museum. Bali Museum divided into 3 yards. There are outside, middle, and main yard. Outside yard are road and Puputan Badung Square. Middle yard are ticket registration and entrance gate. The main yard is where we are now. Between the outside and middle yard, there is a gate called Candi Bentar. The shape of this gate are symbolized Rua Bineda. Rua Bineda is 2 different aspects of life like male-female, good, bad, black-white, and the others. Between the middle and the main yard, there is a gate called Koriagung. Have a look on my right side. Above the gate, there is a beautiful decoration, right? It's a giant head called Boma, the son of God Vishnu that cursed by his father because of his bad habit. He turns into the gate decoration and becomes the security of the main gate. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to give you the information about the building. There are 4 main buildings here. I will start from the buildings where we are now. This is Karangasem building. This building adopted the architecture of building in Karangasem Palace. Inside this building, there is a collection about ceremonial equipment in Bali. As you know, Balinese Hindu has many religious ceremonies. You can say the ceremony already begins since pregnancy until they are died. The ceremony often called Pancha Yajna. Pancha means 5 and Yajna means holy offerings. There are Dewa Yajna, Pitra Yajna, Manusa Yajna, Resi Yajna, and Bhuta Yajna. Dewa Yajna is holy offering ceremonies dedicated to Sang Yang Widiwasa and all his manifestation. Pitra Yajna is holy offering ceremonies dedicated to ancestor. Manusa Yajna is the ceremonies related to human life. And Resi Yajna is holy offering ceremonies dedicated to holy person. And the last one is Bhuta Yajna, is the ceremonies dedicated to lower creation like seen creatures and unseen creatures. Well, talk about this building. The ceremonial equipment that mostly presented in this building is chili, but not for cooking. Chili is ceremonial equipment that made from palm leaf and from the women that decorate by many kind of decoration. Chili usually made in some big ceremonies like temple ceremonies and big holidays like Galungan, Nyepi Day, and the others. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you have questions, don't be hesitant to ask me. Now, I'd like to tell you about the north building. It is Tabanan building. This building adopted the architecture from the west of Bali, Tabanan Palace. Inside this building, there is a collection about Balinese traditional weapons like keris and also Balinese traditional dance costume like barong and rang the mask. And on the left side of us, it's called Buleleng building. This building is very unique because it has only one main pillar in the middle of it. And the architecture was taken from the north of Bali. The main collection in this building is Balinese traditional clothes like batik, endek, songket, and the others. And there is also ancient coin that Balinese people used it for ceremonial equipment until this day. Well, so you can see many Balinese handcraft that made from coins. We called it baseball. And the exhibition building, it consists of 2 floors to show historical things from Bali. One of the interesting collection is a coffin made of stone called a sarcophagus. And on the 2nd floor, you will see many traditional house tools that Balinese people used it in the past. And if visitor want to know more about Balinese history, they can visit the library in this museum. It's over there on the 2nd floor. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before we look around this museum, if you have questions, don't be hesitant to ask me. We will try to climb the tower over there. It's called Bali Bengong. At the tower, you will see the scenery outside this museum, like Puputan Badung Square and Jagatnatha Temple. This temple is the main temple in Denpasar. And you can also take a picture with Kulkul as a background. You can see the highlights building over there. It's called Bali Kulkul. The tower made from wood called Kulkul as a Balinese traditional communication. Well, ladies and gentlemen, please keep in group. If we will start to look around this museum, so please follow me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, how was your tour today? Are you enjoying the tour? Alright, just to remind you, tomorrow we have Ubud full day tour. It starts from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. For the first destination, we will visit the Galalang Rice Terrace, and then we go to Ubud Market and Ubud Monkey Forest. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for the tour today. Have a good rest and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.